All right, you guys. Hello, hello, and welcome. We've got Team Talk Tuesday. It is March 19th. Really excited for our talk tonight because we have a special presenter. Miss Rachel Gabor is going to be talking tonight about something that we all should be sharing that I know not of us always do, which is the shred. This is really important, you guys, because the shred serves a lot of purposes for our business. It helps people improve their health faster, and it helps us grow our paycheck faster. Those are two things that we want to achieve: help more people and make more money, right? I mean, that's why we do this business in the first place. And the shred is where it's at. The shred is oftentimes very uncomfortable for people to share, or they don't know what to say. But Rachel has really, really learned how to master it. And the girl gets like shred orders like she's drinking water. And it's what she's teaching her team to do. So I'm really excited to have her share how she teaches the shred, how she introduces it, how she shares it. And I will let her take it away.
Hey, can you hear me now? Awesome. Alrighty. So I just threw together a presentation. Can you see my screen? No. Okay, now can you see my screen?
Yes. Oh my gosh, and that's the same backdrop I used this weekend. So good choice.
Good. I did this in the airport today. All right, so Shred 10. All right, so first and foremost, I do want to be like super transparent with you guys. At first, when I tried to invite people to it, that really did not work for me. Like people were just, if I sent out a cold message, just not even saying shred, just asking, hey, I'm going to be part of this accountability group or part of this group. Would you be my accountability partner? Because I know that verbiage is out there. That personally did not work for me. But what did work for me is creating curiosity via social media. So whether it's Facebook, Instagram, that is how I got people to come to me. The biggest things that I've learned with social media is that you definitely don't want to show, so like you never want to put this on your page, like ever, really. Like it's very rare. And if anyone follows me, you're not going to see a bottle or a package. And if you do, I'm covering up the name Juice Plus, or I'm showing like the back of it or something like that. You want to show yourself more and what you're doing in life and how you're using that for people to come ask you questions. The biggest thing I have found that has been really helpful is sharing the shred with your stories and with posts. So I actually took some of my posts just to show you guys. So basically, here's what I did. So first off, there's an app called Unfold. If you want to try that out, that's the one that I've basically been using all the time. And the cool thing is it lets you create these little stories. And that way, when you go to your stories, it's very easy. Instead of having to select multiple slides, you just hit that one slide and it just does everything for you. So basically on each little slide, I have different questions so that people don't get bored or have to hold it for too long. And at the end of the story, you want to ask for a call to action. So whether it's swipe up and say more info, or a poll, or ask me a question, something like that. And what will help out with that is if like we can communicate as a team, especially if there's ask a question, like what have these magic beans done for you? And if we all comment and take pictures, like that's kind of the idea with this. So it's attraction marketing. It's getting people curious about what you're doing. So anyways, this story was from, I think, February's shred group. But basically at the end of it, I asked, would you like some more info? Swipe up and type transformation and we can get you set up. So that is an example of one type of story. And then as far as just creating curiosity. So on the video, like with the complete bar, I always cover up the name Juice Plus, even though obviously most people know what it is if they know me. You don't want to plaster it all over your page because it's just obnoxious. And then like lifestyle. So like I'm drinking a protein shake. No one has a clue what it is, but I kind of just like left it out there for curiosity. So really focusing on that. And then with the capsules, this is a really good one. So again, this is for a story. And basically what you see is that under each capsule, it describes what each capsule has. And then at the end, it's a poll. And if you guys look at your Instagram, you can see who clicked on I do or me. which is really, really helpful. So I wanted to share that. And then as far as verbiage goes, so the verbiage that I have, which I tried to put on here, but sorry, it didn't work. Let me stop sharing. Okay, there. So the verbiage that I used for Shred 10 is like, once people start engaging with me, it's either one of two ways. If A, I can feel that they are really ready to like make a purchase and just start, like they're that hungry for it, I'll start giving them prices per day first, and then I'll break it down into the monthly. If I feel like they need a little bit more, I'll go into a health consultation, which I'll either do with Kristen, or lately I've actually just been running them myself. And then I break it down by day and then by month. So what I can do is, once we post this recording, is put the verbiage on there. That way you guys can just copy and paste it instead of me just reading it out to you. And that is it, really. Does anyone have any questions for me? Oh, health consultations. Okay. So for those of you that don't know, a health consultation is usually 3 people. So it would be myself, my prospect, and Kristen. So usually your upline. And the purpose of a health consultation is basically to seal the deal. So you've already exposed your prospect to either the Shred 10 video or some sort of information that they're already curious and kind of ready to make a decision. They just need a little more information. It's that person that's like, well, I need to do a little more research or a little more information. And that's where I would say, well, I can connect you with, or I would say, let's go ahead and set up a health consultation call where I can bring in my girlfriend, Kristen, who is also a certified personal trainer and a health coach, and she can help you find out what will best suit your needs. And at that point, I would ask, would you be open to scheduling a call with us? And if they say yes, I'll schedule the call. If they say no, more than likely at that point, that person will decide if they're really in it or not. And I've had the people that have said no have been very honest and said, no, you know what, I just don't think I can commit to something like this right now. And that's, totally fine. If they say yes, I would say 9 out of 10 times, those consultation calls end up in an order, usually a Shred order. So that's the purpose of a health consultation call. I will say personally, since I've been doing them on my own, I did use some of the slides from the Healthy Living Revolution. And I kind of made like my own little slideshow. It's very short on the Shred 10, and I share it with them. The main purpose for that is to show the diagram of the person on top with all the toxins and how the rebound happens, and then the slide on the bottom. And so when I share that, I really break it down for them, and I ask them if they understand it. And 9 out of 10 times they say yes, they understand. And then I move forward through those slides. Now, as far as creating social media posts and how long does it take for people to get back to you, or how does that work? I will say you have to like really be on top of it. Once you see that people are A, responding, or B, sending you a DM, you have to get back with them immediately. If not, the excitement's gone. And then from there, it's really just the fortunes and the follow-up. So there are some people that I can get on a health consultation call immediately and seal the deal. There are other people that 6 months later, they finally get a Shred package. So really being consistent with your list of people and with your follow-ups, not getting discouraged if even they do get on a consultation call and they're ready to make that order, but then something comes up, and at that point I would say bring your upline back in to help you with some verbiage. Don't try to just do it on your own, especially if you're just starting out. I'm here almost 2 years in, and I still reach out to Kristen basically on a daily basis if I'm not sure what to say. Yes, definitely a great way to just keep your list growing no matter what. Sorry, that's my dog. And that way you're never going to run out of people to talk to. You're never going to have no funnel. So you'll have a consistent funnel of people to always talk about. And that's the beauty of social media, is you're continuously going to get new followers, especially if you're on Instagram. Definitely tap into the hashtags, and that's pretty much it. Does anyone have any specific questions for me?
Kristen asked a question about how long it usually takes to make like a post. Like, I'm assuming she means like visuals and stuff. It's in the chat.
Oh, I mean, it just depends how good you are with your phone, to be totally honest.
So, okay, so me, for example, who's getting better. So like, so I know that, okay, so like you're somebody who you're really, really good with your phone. So how long does it take you personally to throw together a stream of like 4 or 5 images that creates curiosity?
5 minutes.
Okay. Like, okay.
I mean, I'll be
This is like 2 hours later.
2 hours later, I'm like, hey, Rachel, can you do this for me?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, I've gotten some of my best work done on the toilet, so because I'm stuck there.
Haven't we all? Haven't we all? Awesome. So, okay, so with those health consultations, do you, and I'm asking this because I know that I've had this question to me before, but so when you do health consultations with people, do you try to close their order right then, or like does Kristen get off the phone and then you get their information? Like just that part of it, because that part always is the question that comes up whenever I do them, and I know how I answer them. I want to see how you guys do it.
I would say it just depends on the person. Like I've had it where if they're on the phone with me, or I mean, sorry, they're on Zoom, I'll actually share my screen so they can see, because I'm like, when are you ready to place, are you ready to place your order today? When are you ready to get started? Whatever that question is. And if they say, I can do it today, I'm like, great, let me share my screen with you and I'll sign you up right then and there. I mean, that's how I personally have been doing it lately. It gives them peace of mind because they see what you're doing. I mean, it's no different than I would do it on my phone or on my computer anyways, but it's just something that I found that people like. The last one I did with Kristen, I will say we got off of Zoom and then I was going to call my prospect. She ended up calling me. So she was just really ready. But I mean, I've had it with even with other people actually. And then, so the last connection call I had with Kristen for a new rep, or one of the ones I had, I did the same thing. I shared my screen and I signed her up. So, I mean, I think it just kind of depends. Like if I'm the upline and my, one of my girls is signing someone up and I'm teaching them how to do it, especially if they're new and I want to make sure they do it correctly, I would stay on Zoom with them. Like, what's the harm,
That's an awesome point. That's awesome. Thanks.
So, yeah. Any other questions?
I got one.
Yeah.
You kind of already answered it, but when you're trying to describe Shred 10 a little bit more in depth, do you kind of stick to the script that we have, or do you kind of go on your own organic? Like, do you have words that seem to have worked better?
What are you using right now?
Oh, I go off the script because I am not a pro at this. Yeah, I was just wondering if you had something else too to throw in there that seems to work for you.
I always start with what Kristen gave me when I first started, which is it's a 4-month program with a 10-day jumpstart every single month. And then that usually gets them like thinking. And then I kind of go into a little bit more detail. But I will say at first, I don't give them a lot of information.
Right.
I kind of leave them hanging. And I never say the words Juice Plus. Like I would say 9 out of 10 times people have to ask me, like, what is the name of this? Because all you say is fruits and vegetables. You know what I mean? Like I really leave the words out so that they come to me, if that makes sense.
I need to get better about that. It's a good one.
Yeah, just throw Juice Plus out.
All right, thanks.
You're welcome.
I want to add something too, to kind of highlight what Rachel does also, you guys. And I think that we're always really good at sharing what we do, right? If you take just the duo, chances are you're probably sharing just the duo. If you do shred, chances are you're going to be really good at sharing shred. Rachel is a product of the product. She shreds every single month. She documents it. She lives it. She does it. I know for me, it's really hard for me to share the shred when I'm eating cookie dough out of the fridge, which happens. And I know that's probably true for a lot of us, especially people on my team who we've talked about it, where it's hard for us to share something if we're not doing it, right? Like, especially like we know the products are great. That's easy to share, like regardless, like, the science, everything about that. Like that's a no-brainer. But sharing the shred, I think, is harder if you're not doing it yourself. So do it. Like that's the message I'm trying to convey, is that you really need to, show people that you're doing it, because they're not going to want to do something if you're not doing it. And I think that's what's so great about Rachel. What Rachel does is she just shows herself doing the shred, and people see it and they're like, oh, that looks so easy, that looks so good, what is it that you're doing? It's not that she's posting a bunch of facts and information, but she's sharing how she's living the shred. And that's really, really important. And I think that's one of the reasons that people are so attracted to it, because they want to do what she's doing.
Yeah.
And then another point on that, what I was going to say, because I caught both of you guys actually said it, is that you ask questions. So it's not right. So we know that everyone can benefit from the shred. We know that, and we know that going in, but you have to ask them questions so that way you can share how it's going to help them. Because let's be real, the shred is kind of one size fits all. Everyone's going to benefit from it. But if you come at it with just saying, this is what you need to do, this is what you need to do, then they're going to be like, that's just a sales pitch. But if you ask them a lot of questions and then you say, look, I really think that, the capsules are an awesome place to start, but I really think you're going to benefit from this, and almost give them kind of a prescription for the shred. I think I know from experience, it feels more personal to them. It feels like you actually know what is going to help them and why.
Yeah. And that's why the health consultations work really, really well, because you're asking them, what are your health goals? What are you struggling with right now? And I'm hoping everyone on here is on our transformation challenge group. A couple of hours ago posted a poll, and I really need you guys to A, answer yourself, and B, whoever you have who is shredding, to also entice them or ask them what it is that they're struggling with, because it's a really great program and it works really well. But yes, A, you have to do it, or B, fake it till you make it, if you can try to do that. I will say it's going to be easier if you just do it yourself. And, but we really need that group to be active. It's been kind of slow. It's been mostly reps posting, which is fine. But I really want this next one to be good, and we need engagement, even if it is just from our reps. But if your shredders see that you're posting, even if it's not every day, but if they see that you're posting, you're doing something, people are still watching, just like people are still watching your Facebook and your social media. Even if they're not commenting, they're still watching you. So they're still going to be inspired by you. So I do want to put that out there as well. We really need more engagement on that group. And April 1st is our next kickoff, correct? For Shred 10. Yeah, maybe. Okay, yes. So April 1st. So now is the time to share the shred. And I'm trying to think what else, any other pointers. I think that's pretty much it. Any other questions?
I have a question.
Yes.
I probably asked this a million times, but how do you handle when people are like, okay, how much is it? You try to I try to I don't try to go into the full detail. I just tell them pretty much how much weight I lost and how much more healthier I feel, the energy. And then they're like, oh, that's awesome. Okay, how much is it? And I'm just like, yeah, let me tell you about this first.
So I would say, okay, so there's verbiage out there, and it's actually what I use. Whenever someone goes right to the price, and I know they don't know enough about it yet, I say it depends on what package you choose. We have something that will fit anyone's budget, anywhere from $2 a day up to $6 a day. Actually, I really should say $6.50 a day, but that's how much it is a day. And I'll break that down more on a health consultation call, So if you're new, I would say pull your upline in. Don't try to answer it on your own immediately. Screenshot. This is literally what I did in the beginning. I blew up Kristen's phone with screenshots of people responding to me, and I had no clue what to say. I didn't even try until I finally felt confident enough to do it myself. But my point in saying that is, don't try to answer it yourself. Ask your upline, this is what this person says, now what do I say? Because then we can come in and say, okay, here's what I would say, and then you can change it and it'll sound like you, and then you move forward. But don't automatically give a price. I never automatically give a price. And even that's just me now with shred orders. I still break it down by day, and I make it very broad. So it's not just one answer. I'm not going to say it's $140 a month, because if I say that to someone, they're going to be like, okay, never mind. You have to create the value in it first. And you're only going to do that by either A, educating them, or B, pulling them on a health consultation call. And if you're new, that's going to be the easiest way for A, you to learn, and B, to get orders quickly and off the bat, is to schedule those health consultation calls.
I do want to say one thing too, and I know that this is something that I think a lot of people struggle with. But if you think that the shred is expensive, people are going to think it's expensive. So if you're projecting that out, like Daisy, if you're feeling like, oh, like this is a lot of money, I don't want to share it, they're going to feel that energy and they're going to think it's expensive. But when people ask me like how much Juice Plus is, how much the capsules are, I'm like, it's so cheap. It's $71.25 a month. And I'm like, and then when I say it, say it to them, it's the confidence, and I believe it, for what we're getting is like so valuable that they believe it too. So you have to believe that that the shred is a cost effective thing. And I know that you do, because we've talked about it. I know that you see the value in it. But if you think that they're going to think it's too expensive, it's going to happen. You got to change your mindset and kind of shift that, that they want this, and that's fine. If you're going to give them the price, and it is what it is. And if they think it's too expensive, you've got, like she said, like Rachel said, you've got, different plans for them, but you have to believe that they're going to think it's a great price. Does that make sense?
Yeah. It totally makes sense. It's just, I think it's more harder like when I'm like face to face with somebody and they throw that question, because I'm like, oh God, I don't want to tell them like, give me 1 second, let me go to my coach, because then it makes me feel like I'm unsure about
Yeah.
it.
So just use that. Well, the verbiage that Rachel said was great. We've got different packages for different, how did you phrase it? Different packages for
That'll fit anyone's budget.
Anybody. Fit anyone's budget. Yeah. I mean, that's like the perfect line. And then you can say like, why don't we hop on a health consultation so we can figure out which package is right for you.
Exactly.
And if you have to write that down a couple times before you kind of memorize it, that's totally cool.
Yep. And you can always, especially for newbies, or even if you're not new, or if you're restarting your business, lean on that. You could and I did for sure in the beginning. I was like, you know what? I am so new and I do not want to give you any misinformation, or I don't want to give you the wrong information. So let's schedule a health consultation call. That way, my girlfriend Kristen will be able to answer all your questions, something along those lines, because then it takes the pressure off of you. They're appreciative because you're being honest and genuine, and they see that you're vulnerable, and that does something for people. They're like, oh, she's a real person. She's not, cool, that kind of thing. So you can always fall back on that too, which I totally did in the beginning.
Awesome. All right. If we don't have any more questions, you guys can always post your question in our team Facebook chat, but I know that we are about 2 minutes over and I want to be really respectful of your time. So if you do have questions, send them in our Facebook chat. But Rachel, thank you so much for sharing. Your attraction marketing is awesome and attracting shred. Everybody, if you don't follow Rachel on Instagram, definitely check her out. And you are welcome to copy what she does. There's no shame in that. Trust me, no shame. So, all right, you guys have an amazing night. I'm so excited for this week. You guys go out and do some amazing things and go shine on people. We'll see you later.
Thanks, Rach.